he is well prepared. Until his uncle threw the information on the ground. He reached for it, but uncle is a bad guy. Jack not only didn't get the news, and was humiliated by my uncle. Go home. Jack always feels something wrong. He recalled his uncle's strange behavior at that time. Reach out and touch his head. A feather is missing. Sure enough, the next day, the prison door was opened, and the feather on the lock is Jack's head. His uncle escaped from prison with feather lock last night. According to the clues in the book, father personally led the guards to arrest him at the first time. Jack, who left himself blaming, was sat alone. Unconsciously, he saw something hidden behind his uncle's messy pile of books. After opening the book, sure enough, he found something. It turned out that his uncle had been in prison for several years, has been looking for clues to the dark hamster. Gradually, he drew a map and the position on the diagram. It's just the opposite direction of father's pursuit. It's impossible to catch up with Jack's father. His own mistakes. It still needs him to make up for it. Accompanied by my friend Tortoise, the two of them embarked on the road of search. Along the way, they met a new friend Skunk. This man is clever and brave. Also no Chinese kung fu. In addition, it can release smoke bombs. It can cause terrible range damage. With his participation, Jack is more confident this time. And all the way, the performance of Stinky Glaze was not disappointing. He has lived for so many years and has rich experience. Saved Jack a lot of danger. They crossed the desert, through the maze. Even if Uncle Jack in front dismantled the bridge, Smelly Glaze can also think of a way. Help them through the difficulties. Just in the process of solving the difficulties, Jack exposed his uniqueness. He thought he would be laughed at again. But this new friend is different from others. Instead of laughing at him, I envy him very much. Jack understands this very well. Until a crisis, Smelly Wrong told his story. It has a strange smell since it was young, but no matter how you clean it, the smell is still there, so that there is no friend around. It suddenly thought of plugging itself with a cork. Plus, he keeps improving himself. Learn Chinese Kung Fu. Make him better. It seems to be quite useful. There are more and more friends around. Until one day, a friend is fond of playing. Locked everyone in a closed room. Life is in crisis. Make the instinct of Smelly Glaze explode again. In the end, it saved everyone. However, it does not get thanks from others. Instead, his friends gave him more cold shoulder. But it's strange. This time, Smelly Melt was not unhappy. He suddenly found out. This is what makes me different. No matter how well he does, there will always be different voices. Life is like this. In its view, Jack now. It's also the skunk with cork plug in those days. Jack seems to have thought of something. During an escape, it showed the feathers on its arms. Sure enough, he got rid of his psychological burden. Under the action of feathers, it becomes more flexible. Even Royal Adventure Training Camp, the result of training, it's not as good as you are now. Sure enough, a confident person have unlimited potential. How many people have a good journey, even in the end? Uncle Jack, who started earlier than they also arrived at their destination first. Just the moment it got the dark hamster wand, Uncle also came here and catch Jack's friends.
Do it, and I'll throw your friends over.
Give it to him, post haste! Do not call his bluff, prison.
Jack had to use a magic wand, exchange back friends. They were all thrown into the abyss. Fortunately, there is an open space under the abyss. Gave several people hope. It's just that Uncle can't think of it. Jack has changed now. Jack jumped and opened his ears. After a brief gliding, a life passage has been built. Think of the magic of that scepter. Jack is very worried. With Uncle's ambition, he will surely go back and take his father's throne. His father is in danger. They must hurry back. However, Uncle Jack has been away for so long. Is there time? Just when he didn't know what to do, the tortoise stood up and said, 3 in a row. Both of them bravely faced their own shortcomings. Tortoise also has to face up to his shortcomings. It turns out that it is also a special species. He was born without a turtle shell. The tortoise shell assembled in this way has a great effect. Uncle borrowed the power of magic wand. When Jack's father was taken away from him, several people arrived in time. Smelly Melt is exported with its terrifying range. Success creates opportunities for Jack. Jack grabbed the wand, used his flexible body method, dealing with dark hamsters. The wand has long recognized its owner. To solve this crisis, we have to find a way to destroy it. The abyss in the Royal Adventure Examination Field become the only hope. Of course, Uncle can't make Jack's plans succeed. Even said that sentence. You and I belong to the same kind. We should help each other and stand together. It turns out that Uncle also has defects. One ear bends naturally. In order not to let others laugh at themselves, it has been looking for enhanced dark hamster to shut everyone up. Just everyone. The way to face your defects is different. Some people are occupied by negative energy. The heart becomes dark, on a road of no return. Some people are infected by positive energy. Always have a source of strength. Jack is the latter. The two of them will not yield to each other. Finally, they fall into the abyss together. With the destruction of the wand, an energy spurted from the bottom of the abyss. Jack has feathers on his ears but can't fly, but with the help of airflow, enough to get it out of danger. That dark uncle, not so lucky. Wand destroyed, and the dark hamster gradually disappeared into the air. A crisis is over. Life has returned to its former calm. The only difference is, Jack 3 became heroes of the kingdom. Will they become an adventurer better than the king's father? It depends on their performance. However, if they always